no gear stick on this thing. It's automatic, mate. Here's your lever here. You pull, once you get the engine going, you let that out, and off you go, out in the distance.
And that,
yeah, that's how it goes. No gears, just hold on. Just remember, you don't have brakes, so. Crash. Plan your turns. That's it.
Welcome, riding buddies. Over the past few weeks, we've been having a look at Harry Mason's shed and some of his bikes in his collection. If you've not seen the other videos, go back through my library and check them out. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and rip a like out as well. This video will be the final in the series, for now, in the Harry Mason series. The bike we'll be looking at is Harry's 360 Husky Auto. Ding got to have a play on the bike that confused him to start with, but eventually he got his head around it. I think his eyes are still bouncing around in his head from the vibration. Even our videographer Alex was stunned by the noise of this thing. But for now, kick back and we'll have a look at Harry's Husky 360 Auto. Out in the world of motorcycling, most people don't even realise that the Husky Auto even existed. It has got a pretty long story to it, which I don't want to go too much into the history of it, as I more want to focus on Harry's 360. But the Husky Auto did start out as a Swedish military motorcycle. Then it continued into being a production bike in various sizes, capacities. They did enduro and they also did a motocross version as well. As you saw by the very start video, Ding was very confused when he first got on this bike. On this particular model, this is one of the very early models. I believe it's a 76 model, which is the first of them. The gear selector is actually up on the handlebars. Where the clutch lever should be, there is a little lever, but that's for neutral and D for drag. It's a 4-speed transmission, which basically all the production bikes had up until the very last model, when they went back to a 3-speeder. The military bikes were a 3-speed box as well. First thing I thought of, and Ding thought of as well when we saw this thing, was it's a 360 two-stroke. This thing's going to be a pig to start. But even though it had been sitting in Harry's shed for a number of years with a little bit of fuel in it, dumped the fuel out, got some fresh fuel in it, and within about 3 kicks it started. And all day it started so easy, even with the left-hand kickstarter. Harry's bike is not a fully restored, immaculate bike, as you can see. But this thing is such a beautiful little bike. The forks need a little bit of work doing with them, but the engine is magnificent. The changing of the gears is absolutely beautiful. It does what it should do, starts easy. Everything is great about the engine. Husky brakes were not overly great back in the day, and this bike is no exception to that rule. They do work, but not overly fantastic. Being automatic just amplifies the whole scenario, because you back the throttle off, you're basically in neutral. The bike just goes into a full freewheel and there's no engine brake at all. Now that you've scared yourself into the corner, now you've got to get yourself out of the corner. That's a different scenario again with the automatic transmission. When you start to get on the throttle, you need to get on it maybe a little bit earlier than what you feel, because there's a slight delay in the clutches engaging to get you driving out of the corner. To ride the Husky Auto takes a completely different riding technique and a different mindset. Ding was starting to get his head around a little bit. It takes a lot of practice to get right, but he thoroughly enjoyed it, and he actually even commented that he could probably take this out and race it.
You right there, Ding? It's a bit of a beast, isn't it? How'd you like that, Ding? That means good. The vibration, wow. Did it shake you up a bit? Not enough to make you fall off? Almost. Yeah, brakes aren't real good, mate, but in the day, because they automatic, they weren't quite as good as the other brakes. But you just had to plan your turn and pull up a bit quicker, and off you go again. Hit the power and you got the advantage.
But what?
Yeah, those autos, they got a little trick to them, mate. When you're going through the corner, you think that you've got to hook in really early, but you have got a little ride them through and then out of the corner, full on, and then you got it. Yeah. These bikes are fairly heavy, Dean, and you've just got to hit them a little bit softer at the face of the jump and just plan your landing and then hit it as soon as you land and then you got her. She'll go like the clappers.
That's been a look at Harry Mason's Husky 360 Auto. This is the final video in the Harry Mason's Shed series. Thank you to Harry for allowing us to have a look through his shed and check out a few of his bikes. Go back through my library, check out the other videos on Harry Mason's shed and his other bikes as well. Also too, have a look at some of my other videos that are there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, send us a like as well, and we'll catch you next time.